Here
Not
it is.
what we hoped for, not what we hoped for, but kind of what we expected. The West Coast.
Well, you expected. You picked them to win. I mean, you picked the Browns to lose, so you got it right.
I did.
We thought they'd win.
I thought they'd lose both of these games. The West Coast. What is it, Mikey? 0-11 now?
They
on
are
West Coast trips.
0-9. They have not won a
0-9.
game since 2008.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Now, they didn't have the travel lag as an excuse this time because they stayed out on the West Coast. But when you don't have Denzel Ward and you have half of Myles Garrett, you're not an elite defense. And they proved that again. They're 7-5. The good news here is a lot of the other teams that the Browns want to lose lost. That's our silver lining. They're still in the number 2 wild card spot. Even the Chiefs lost. They have one more win than the Browns right now, the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. So all is not lost, but they better get hot soon because they're running out of time.
Yeah, when I look at it, we talked about this with all the injuries they've had on offense, and they were going to have to play great on the defensive side of the ball to win. They haven't done that. The last 2 weeks, they've been, to be nice, mediocre on defense, and they haven't been. I get it. Myles Garrett's banged up and Denzel Ward's out, but they haven't been destroyed across the board with injuries on defense like they have on offense. It's not. I don't think it's an excuse to just say, "Well, Denzel Ward's out." Other guys got to step up, and they're not. For the most part, guys are not stepping up on the defensive side.
You're right. It's not. And by the way, we should point out early that G is nursing a very sore throat. We saw it on Friday. He's got a yellow card. When he wants to jump in, he's going to hold that up, and we're going to shut the hell up.
Well,
so
now he can get in his first.
But if you want to go on your opening rant here, please do, and then I'll follow to what you said because it is not an excuse. You're right, but the elite defense can't be elite without its 2 elite players.
True, but it should be better than it was the last.
Should have been better.
Yeah.
You're right.
There's a space in between.
And honestly, if I'm gonna on my blame pie, I got about 60% to the defense and about 40% to the offense.
Oh.
The offense did enough to win this game if the Browns' defense was elite. They were not. What do you got?
You know, I kind of said this earlier. We was on Behind the Glass, not Behind the Glass, the post-game show. And, I said, we're very critical of Kevin Stefanski when he calls plays or when he doesn't run what he wants to. And I think, to a certain point, I believe the defense is living off the past. I think the defense is living off the memory of the first 4 or 5 games that they played. And, I made the analogy, like when everybody in this country is about 2 weeks away from being homeless, 4 weeks if you got a good job, and in about 2 years if you Jay Crawford. But let you.
What if your house is paid for? Then you're not going to be homeless.
Hey, listen.
And there's a lot of people in that boat, by the way.
Right.
A lot more than you think.
You lose your job today, that check don't come in 2 weeks. You got to use that for food, whatever the case may be. People are like, what does that mean? Well, look, the Browns they did a great job and got the job done way back when they were playing the 49ers. That was when it was hot outside. It's cold outside. The leaves are gone, and it's December. Christmas is here. So you can't keep cashing and living off of what you did before. You got to go get some more money. You got to go get another job and put some money in the bank. And right now, the Browns have not done that. You look at the defense, and I think we've been all too excited to put our defense and put it on 1 or 2 people. Oh, well, Denzel's out or Myles Garrett is injured. If Myles is playing, if he could just put his jersey on, that'll be enough for us to win games.
Right.
And I look at names, and it's okay to say people's names. I didn't like the game plan from Jim Schwartz yesterday. That don't mean I don't like Jim Schwartz and what he's done overall, but I can say his name. You can say it, Jim Schwartz, all together. I didn't like the plan. Guys like Zadarius Smith, you're welcome to make plays. You're welcome to step up. Greg Newsome, you're welcome, all you guys. And Juan Thornhill, we need guys to step up and make plays.
How about the front line? How about put a little pressure on?
All defense, Hurst. I haven't heard a defensive tackle's name in weeks. And when you look at it, this defense is predicated on getting off blocks, being in the backfield, causing havoc. They have not done that. And the most disheartening thing for me was it just didn't seem like they've had to fire the last 2 weeks. They have not picked up their teammates. You got a rookie quarterback in DTR who, got put out of the game. You got a guy that just came off the couch that played very well in Joe Flacco. But you guys aren't picking those guys up and elevating the team to the next level. So they have to step up because Jacksonville is good, Houston is good, and if they don't step their game up, that can turn into a long slide of losses.
And Chicago just beat Minnesota, and Cincinnati's a division game.
There it is.
Nothing's in the bank.
Nothing at all.
7-9 is possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
Of course.
I mean, when you look at these 4 games, I think they're all going to be, they're not going to be pick-ems, that they're all going to be, I think, one-score games. That's the NFL. I do think it should be pointed out that even though I didn't love the defense, and I agree with everything you guys said. I think that, if you're going to start pointing fingers at where the blame goes, I do think it goes to the defense first. But it does need to be pointed out that after the Browns missed extra point, and it was 20-19, this was a football game. It was obvious. Joe Flacco just came off a great-looking drive. The defense came out and did their part. They essentially had a 3-and-out. There were 4 plays. One was a penalty. Defense came out, and I think I even texted to the group, and said to the folks I was watching with, you need a 3-and-out. You need a stand. Defense, step up. Do something. And they did. And so I was excited at that point because I thought, okay, now the game's in your hands. Do what you just did, and you come home at 8-4 and in really good position to nail down a playoff spot. And they threw an interception on the very next play on a deep ball. It made no sense to me. Now, the defense then comes out and gives up. After that, the defense was like, all right, we gave you our stand. We're playing without our elite players, and then they were done. L.A., touchdown drive.
Let's face it, on that forced punt, they got lucky that a penalty got called that wiped out a huge play on that game.
I mean, yeah, but it was a penalty.
I hear you, but...
I mean, I'm not going to say they got lucky because the other team had a penalty. And by the way, the hold on that penalty allowed that big play to go.
Maybe so, but...
The hold on Robinson was critical.
It was. But after the interception, step up again. Okay? Stepping up one time is not good enough.
You're right.
I know, Mike, we want to get to Flacco and we'll get to the defense. I don't want to go too
we've got a lot to say about the defense.
Yeah.
I think the reason I wanted to point that out is because I'm 60-40 defense offense.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why. You can't excuse the offense and say it was all the defense. It's a team effort when you win. It's a team effort when you lose. I'm not going to grade on a scale because they were with 1.5 of their best players out of the game. Myles Garrett, take a seat. Do yourself a favor. You're not getting DPOY. Do the team a favor. Get healthy. Get healthy and come back and be Myles Garrett. We saw this movie last year.
Yeah.
He's Superman. I give him credit. The guy should not be playing. And if I'm wrong, you guys can step up now and tell me that. I know what he looks like when he's healthy. And now last year and this year, I know what he looks like when he's not. Valiant effort. But you don't get points for effort in this game because you always say, if you're out there, there are no excuses.
That's right. You're out there, you expect
no
to perform.
Excuses.
He didn't perform.
And it's just, it sucks having your elite corner out. And by the way, I know you shouldn't fall back that much when you lose one elite player, but we saw what this movie looked like against Denver. Yeah. Denzel Ward, guys, might actually be the elixir to this whole thing.